Nightmare Areola, and you're watching Mr. Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? So Jarrell Miller gets the job done. He stops Fred KASSI. I got the prediction right. I picked him by a clean knockout, but he got the stoppage at least. Fred KASSI complained that his right hand, he said he injured it. I believe he said in the first round that he was feeling a stinging sensation when he was landing a punch on Miller. But I gave him the first round. He was being very awkward. It was hard for Miller to cut the ring off on him. He was switching from righty to lefty like he always does, he was making it hard for Miller to land a punch. It seemed as if Miller needed him to sit still to land a punch, but he was just trying to get his rhythm down pat. But KASSI did a good job of staying off the ropes. He would turn off the ropes, either left or right. And then the second round, I gave that to Miller. He started to catch up with KASSI, started to land a jab. He was being elusive, but Miller, he was there to be hit. KASSI did land some good overhand rights, overhand lefts, some good hooks. But Miller started to wear him out. He was pretty much bullying KASSI. Just, the 50 to 60 pounds, you can tell the difference. He was bullying him, pushing him when he wanted to, being very physical with him, landing some good chopping right hands and good uppercuts. Then he started to just walk KASSI down. So I gave him the second round. In the third round, he started to walk KASSI down, dropped his hands. He was very comfortable in there. KASSI started to slow down. He would, this time in the second and third rounds, he was not spinning and turning when his back got to the ropes. He decided to stand still and try to do his best to dodge punches and try to counter Miller, but he was putting the pressure on, man, and just being a bigger, more physical guy. He started to up the work rate. He wasn't loading up on shots. He was trying to place power shots, which I like. He landed a good uppercut that buzzed KASSI in the third round, and he was just walking him down, landing chopping shots. KASSI was making a miss. He was trying to tie up, but every time they tied up, Miller obviously was walking him backwards, just being very physical, pushing him around, mauling him. And then he didn't come out. Well, and after the third round, he didn't come out, complain of his hand. He wanted to quit. So I didn't really see him grimacing or favoring the right hand. I didn't know which hand. I really couldn't tell the difference, And Miller brought up a good point after the fight. He said, Deontay Wilder fought with a torn bicep, and he broke his hand in a fight with Areola in the fourth round, I believe, and he fought all the way through. But that, that's why Deontay Wilder has a title. But Miller was able to do what Hughie Fury, Dominic Breazeale, and Chris Areola were not able to do, and that was stop KASSI or at least make him quit. Or if he wants to say his hand was hurt, and I just believe he quit too. He was tired. His legs were going. He was just getting fatigued, and you could tell the work rate and just the strength of Miller was paying a toll on KASSI. Now, what's next for Miller? He did his usual thing after the fight. He was calling out Wilder, Joshua, Fury, all the title holders. But I want to see him in another fight, somebody that can push him to another gear, where he, has to figure out his opponent past round 6, 7, 8, 9, and somebody can possibly put him on his back foot. And because he is there to be hit, man. He is, but he's elusive at the same time. But that's what makes the heavyweights the heavyweights. Very exciting power punchers that are vulnerable. You know what I mean? So that's what makes the division exciting. But he looked good tonight. All right. I also want to talk about the topic of Miller coming in at 296.5 pounds, 13 pounds more than his last fight that he had with Nick Guevas. Came in that fight at 283 and 10 pounds higher than his career high 286 in the Joey Daweko fight. Now, during the telecast, they said that 3 hours prior to the official weigh-in, he weighed in on his scale at 280 pounds. And then 3 hours later, he was at 296.5. So I'm just getting that out there. They said that on the telecast. That's what Steve Farhood said. So I don't know what's going on with his weight. But just like I said, when I seen the weigh-in photos yesterday, he doesn't look any different from the Guevas fight, or what's the guy's name? Mirlamov, I believe the guy's name was. He fought on a SHOBOX. He doesn't look that different from when he weighs in at 280. So I'm not sure, man, but he looks in shape for me. He carries the weight pretty decently, in my opinion, and I've said that before. So just wanted to add that to this post-fight video about his weight. So after this fight, man, I want to see guys like Gerald Washington, Arthur Spilka, Dominic Brazil, all those guys, that are former title contenders or up-and-coming prospects. This guy's out there calling everybody out. Start calling him out. Try to call his bluff if you don't believe him. You know what I mean? Like, let's make for some exciting fights, man. I'm out.